There's been a lot of talk in the wine industry over the last few years about how to reach millennials, those mysterious alien creatures under the age of 36. According to the Wine Market Council's 2010 consumer tracking study, 6% of millennial adults drink wine every day, and 26% drink it several times a week. With 54 million millennials of legal drinking age in the United States and 16 million still to come of age, that's a lot of wine buying potential. In a time of limitless information and unprecedented wine access, how do millennials decide which wines they want to drink? How are they making the sort of discoveries their parents made through wine magazines and shelf talkers? We could speculate all day, but wouldn't it be better to let millennials do the talking?
Hi, I'm Tina Caputo. I'm the editor of Vineyard and Winery Management magazine. I'm here at the Schoen Farm Agricultural Center, which is the site of the Next Gen Wine Competition. This competition is unique because all of the judges today are under the age of 36 years old, otherwise known as millennials. Let's go talk to some of the judges and see what they have to say about millennials and wine.
You know, whereas my parents had to go kind of far and wide and do their research and their due diligence to find even some wine that they're like, you know, oh, this is great stuff. We have such a huge market.
30 years ago, you know, it was more about, is this wine good this year? And now it's more about like, well, you know, there's hundreds of thousands of bottles on the shelf. Which one? And a lot of them are really good. So which one do you pick? I think our generation is really like buying and drinking wine in a different way than ever before, but most importantly, we're also talking about it and sharing about it differently.
It sounds real simple, but I think just by drinking it, you know, kind of experimenting.
So the internet is definitely going to be important, but I think it's the social network. It's your friends. What are your friends drinking? What are people you like drinking? What's that chef drinking?
I think a lot of it comes from recommendations. We've talking to people and see what their favorite wines are. I know.
I think the biggest way they're learning about it is all the marketing and the social media that's going on that all the wineries have finally got on board with.
We started originally like with an event called Wine Riot, and so we run this event in 5 cities across the country. And the whole idea, we get about 2,600 people to come, 40 different, you know, either booths or like wineries, importers, etc., wine from every major region of the world. So you can come and really just learn about wine. People love it. Would they read a 2-page article on wine? No. But they will come and spend 4 hours just doing nothing but learning about wine. It's entertainment though.
I think millennials kind of go for real exotic varieties, like a lot of Chilean and Argentine wines are finding their way up to North America. And, you know, I love Tannat, Carmenere, Malbec. I love all that stuff.
They want something more edgy, different. They don't want the normal standard big dry Cabernet comes from Napa.
Don't lie. You know, millennials want to hear a story and they want to hear the truth.
We want to know about the people that made the wine and where it's from and how it's going to fit in to, you know, your life and what you care about.
Stand out. Figure out how to stand out. You know, there's so much wine on the market. Like there's like 500,000, 1 million different labels floating around. Why should they buy your wine versus anybody else's? They do care about the story, you know? So basically, tell the story, but tell it in an entertaining way.
I think a lot of people are looking into social media. They're like, oh, Facebook, oh, we've got to do social media. And what they're forgetting to do is that you have to measure your return on investment.
I think the trick with social media is very much to engage with your client. It's not just pushing your product or letting them know about a new product, but very much building a connection, a relationship. I think that millennials, when they feel they have a relationship, is when they really connect with the product.
We're here at Jackson's for happy hour here in Santa Rosa, not just to get a nice glass of wine, but because we wanted to talk to the millennial patrons here about what they're drinking tonight and how they feel about wine.
It's definitely wine. I love breads. That's pretty much all I drink.
I typically prefer to drink Pinot Noir.
Wine is my favorite, so I almost always drink wine on happy hour.
I prefer to drink wine, especially if we're going out to dinner. I like to pair what I'm eating with some red or white wine.
I like to drink bourbon as well, and I've started discovering some good tequillas recently. I'm from Kentucky, so yeah, the bourbon comes naturally. Yeah.
I like wine over beer.
Wine is just something really easy to drink where it's a social thing. You don't have to chug it. It's not like a, liquor-based beverage where you drink it faster. It's like a sip, you eat, you talk.
I love Pinot.
Yeah, both of us, for reds, we both like Pinot Noir. Occasionally Zinfandels and Syrahs.
The interesting wines.
I usually like Pinot Noir. It's my favorite so far. I'd like to try a lot of different wines, so I'm not just closed off to any one particular kind.
I always drink a Zin or a Pinot. These are my favorites.
I like to drink Zin, a nice Zin, a nice full-body Zin.
Basically just talking to people. It's wine country. I know very little about wine being 23, but at the same time I love to hear about it and learn, different things.
Just by going out to taste wine at the local wineries here in West County.
Trader Joe's has the nickel sale. A friend of mine is obsessed with the nickel sale, so we kind of venture out that way. Also through Costco, we get a lot of good deals and buy-ins.
We discover new wines by wine tasting.
Whenever we've been to some of the local wineries between here and Sonoma, we've just made a little note on the iPhone which wines that we like to keep track of for the future.
Probably in between $50 and $30, depending on how good it is. I mean, it really depends on what I'm buying it for.
I like to spend between $15 and $35. I think that will give you a nice bottle of wine to try and acquire a taste and move on from there.
A $2 truck at Trader Joe's is always the best because it's an excellent bargain and it's cheap, but I don't mind paying $30 to $40 for a good bottle of wine. But if you can get a decent bottle for $10, $12, it's a steal.
Not a special occasion. I usually don't go over $20.
Yeah, definitely not over 20.
Under 15, probably.
Yeah.
Most recently when we went tasting, we found a bottle that we really liked, and I think it was 30.
Yeah.
I haven't spent more than that.
For a good bottle, though, $30 if you want to go drink just for fun or whatever. But I'll spend a lot, more money on a good bottle of wine if we go out tasting, things like that.
I would drink more wine if a lot of the local restaurants would cater more to wine drinking.
The opportunity in Sonoma County had more available places that offered just wine. It's kind of a challenge around here. A lot of bars are very into hard liquor and beer.
I would drink more wine if I weren't in law school.
I would drink more wine if I could have really, really good wine at a lower price.
I would say if there were more just wine bars around, if there's more opportunity that they had wine available, I guess.
But I would probably drink more wine if all the tequilas got worse. And if somebody took the Kentucky out of me and I had to give up bourbon.
I think I'll probably drink more wine if I start making my own.
Our next flight will be cabs under 20.
Where's the Screaming Eagle?
Are we supposed to be spitting?